Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well this afternoon. That was fantastic, Mac. And just want to make sure that everybody can see me okay. Hey, we're excited, as Mac has shared with you today. Look, we really do appreciate, we understand the challenges that so many thousands and thousands of families and individuals are going through, throughout our country and throughout the world. We are appreciative of everything that you're doing and really stepping up to the plate. What we do for people is fantastic. It's so exciting for people to be able to see themselves getting out of debt. They see the answer to their hope and to their dreams coming true. So it's really, I can tell you, right, to be well, tonight, what we wanted to do is we wanted to go through and show you how the calculations work toward accumulating, and then not only accumulating those points, but being awarded those points, and how that would work once you've made that $100,000 in income and with the guidelines. I want you to know that literally up to about the last minute, we were ready to go. Things were good, and the owners and the executive team realized that, hey, there's a piece of this that we really need to make an adjustment that's going to be a tremendous benefit to the, I don't know, okay, there was someone here, I heard a busy signal, but everything was ready to go. We're on the verge, we're excited, we're still excited about everything, but we knew that this was the right thing to do, the best thing to do for the field, to motivate them. And look, the whole FEP program really has been designed, by John and Skylar to benefit the field, to give people additional hope and insight and excitement towards what they can have and accomplish and see something for what they're building. That they're going out there and working very hard every day and trying to get recruits and trying to make sales, and that you can see not only by making income on a daily basis, but that you have some hope that, hey, maybe in the next 3 to 4 years, that if something comes along where maybe a portion of all of the company has an opportunity to have some investment dollars come in, that you get to participate 50% in the net value of that particular sale or portion of a sale. How that can work for you and what the potential that is incredible. And if you had the opportunity to hear Skylar's story and John's story about, the offers that they've had back in the day at UFirst, we realized how real this opportunity was. We wanted you to have the same opportunity today, though, to offer that to hey, if you're going to build a company, share it with the people that help you get there. And that's just part of the personality and the kind of character that John and Skylar have and are, and the kind of people that they are, that, hey, we want to reward everyone. It's not just for us, but it's for us and our families and many hundreds of thousands of families out there in America to share, and something that would be a great opportunity. So we apologize that tonight we're not going to go through that, but you're going to be glad that we decided, hey, we're going to make this adjustment, and we're going to really reward those individuals who come in and help the company to build it in a big, big way, and that will make sense to you. So thank you for your patience. I promise you tonight, though, is going to be a great training call. We have 2 people as guests that are going to be on our call tonight. We have Dane Smith and Lynn Gardner in recruiting and in sales. So we wanted some ideas of how to help you to build your business, how to become more successful. Hey, what do I do right now during these times to go out there and how to build my business, how to get my business off to a fast start, how to really get some emphasis on that, because I promise you, not only are you going to want to make great income currently, but you're going to want to build something for the future with the FEP points as well. And by doing that, if you get off to a fast start, you get the momentum going. You get that mozone, you get that momentum, you get it built up, and you start moving. And I hate to kind of use this analogy, but, it's like that train. Once you get it going, it's hard to stop that thing. And so what we want you to do is really have that opportunity to get some great things going and build your business as fast as you can. We're not just your typical business. We're a business where you can work from your home. As I shared with you, and Mac has, look, thank goodness that we have this technology today that we can use these webinars, whether it's Zoom or GoToWebinar or whatever it might be. You have the opportunity to use these great tools of technology to talk with people and to communicate and to make sales and recruit them into the business. There are people losing their jobs that now see this as a great opportunity, or people see this as an additional income for maybe some reason. Some of their income might have gone away during these challenging times. So they're seeing a lot of different things happening, and why United Financial works for them and is a great thing to be a part of. Use this time to build your business through a warm market prospecting. We all have a warm market, and I'll prove that to you. All you have to do is open your phone, not open your phone, that's kind of, we don't have those kind of phones anymore, but you open the phone to your list of people. You will be amazed at the number of people that are right there in your phone, of people that you know, or people that you're acquaintances with. Your warm market is tremendous, and that is one of the best ways you can build a business, that you can go out and offer the opportunity and recruit people into it. Also, to go out there and make additional sales. The warm market has that credibility. You've got people that that trust you, whether they be family or friends or neighbors or who you go to church with, or maybe people that you work with, or whatever it might be, that you got that instant credibility with them that, hey, look, I'd like to show you a way to get out of debt. Are you interested in seeing how to get out of debt and not have that burden? Well, I can't imagine too many people wouldn't want that to be available for them. Then how about new market prospecting? We're gonna kind of talk about a little bit about that tonight. We're going to talk about both of these: warm market prospecting, new market prospecting, with our guests. They're going to share some things that they're currently doing, not imaginary, not maybe, not something that I told them to say. I promise you, these are things that this is going to be their own words, and them telling you actually what they are doing. They're doing phenomenal things right now. Their business is growing. They're recruiting. They're selling. They're getting clients on a daily basis. And I'll tell you, we see several people, positive, great things are happening for them. Our production, our recruiting, we're just setting new goals on a daily basis, as Max shared with you this evening. I'm going to bring them on here in just about 2 minutes, so they might want to get prepared. Invite people to a business opportunity webinar. We're going to share some things with you about that this evening and what these people are doing on that end. Also, three-way calls, using your upline, using your executive director to help you to recruit someone. Look, it's not all dependent on you. You're new. We don't expect you to go out there and know everything about recruiting and how to present the program, do an analysis, close a sale, give a presentation, and all that stuff. And if you want to talk to people about the business or about the program, use your upline director or managing director or executive director. Use that person that has knowledge and experience of how to be able to do that. You don't have to sit there and be nervous about, oh, how am I going to present this? How am I going to do this? Web conference closings. How do you close a sale? How do you close a deal? On using this technology, Zoom technology today. How do I close a sale with that? How do I get a signature? Or what do I need to do with that? That person is going to help you through the whole process and how to go from the beginning to the end, and that gives you a great opportunity. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to take a few minutes, and we've got a couple of guests this evening, as I shared with you, Dane Smith and Lynn Gardner. We're going to have Dane speak with you first. And Dane, I'm going to come over here and unmute you. Give me just 1 second. Okay, Dane, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Steve. Can you hear me fine?
Well, fantastic. I can see you as well. So, hey, it's great to see you. Glad that you were able to get on the call. You and I have had the opportunity to speak once or twice before. And I tell you, Dane's one of those guys, when you call him up on the phone, he's just like, he's got one of those personalities, that just gets you excited. You want to smile. And we really appreciate everything that you do, Dane, and that you're going out there working hard every day. You're doing some fantastic things. And I'm going to tell you, I've been seeing your name ever since you joined the company, really. You've done some fantastic things. I know that your kind of your forte is recruiting and building. You like talking to people about the opportunity. So this evening, if you would share with us in your own words, and you can even tell everybody, I didn't prep you. I didn't tell you what to say, because I know that you're doing something that's good. So if you'll share with people what some ideas are that work for you, or some things that they might be able to do to help in their recruiting? Because I know that's your forte. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Steve, for the invite. Yes, you didn't prep me. Actually, you called me 10 minutes before the call and said, hey, I heard. I said, oh, man, that's a lie. So anyway, thanks for having me on the call. The topic is recruiting. And, you know, I think it's the funnest thing on the planet to do because recruiting is a sales process. You make money by recruiting. Now, we don't get paid to recruit, but the people where you recruit, if they have vision, and that's the challenge. You know, I shared this with a guy this morning. He said, "What is it that you do?" And I said, "Well, I'm like an eye doctor." He said, "What does that mean?" I said, "Well, I check people's vision. I see if they have any vision for the future." And you know, that's a little hokey, but that's how I operate. You know, most people are not going to get this. Most people are not entrepreneurs. They just want a job where they can make a few dollars on a Friday and then burn it on Saturday. Well, that's not what burns me up. What burns me up is to light people on fire about their future. Like these points that we're going to earn. It's amazing. So anyway, one thing that I have, and it's God-given, you know, I can't take any credit for me. It's all by God's grace. You know, he's given me the ability to kind of look down the road. Japan has a 100-year plan. They have it written right now. 100 years from now, this is what Japan's going to look like. Do you have a 5-year plan? Do you have a 6-month plan? I mean, for goodness sake. So obviously, in order to be a good recruiter, which is a sales process, you have to think with some vision. So sure, there are verticals that you could go after and you can get recruits from. And I'm going to share a couple with you. But the biggest thing I can tell you, if you want to posture yourself as somebody who's attractive, I don't mean this way. I mean attractive, like you said, Steve. I'm bubbly because I'm excited about life. I mean, who couldn't be excited about the days we're living right now? I mean, we were born for such a time as this. People need our help. They are desperate for the truth about money. And that's what we share with people. And it doesn't matter the market you're going after. You know, I wrote down some notes because you said, hey, Dan, be prepared. And I said, oh, I guess I should. So I wrote down a couple of things. Here's what I'm focusing on. You can too. Hey, there's no secret sauce here. You have to think verticals and good at a couple of them because you can't be a master of all of them. You can be a master of a few of them. So here's a few that I've tried over the years that I've had decent success with, but sometimes it's just tough because the folks that are realtors now, maybe it's how I talk to them. I don't know. Maybe it's too audacious. But they think they're all that in a bag of chips. So they're tough to recruit. But if you can get some of those, it's over because they have clientele. So obviously we think of realtors and mortgage people and insurance, and that's where I come from, and CPAs. Those are the normal ones. But I've been looking for influencers in other areas. And you know where you find them? On LinkedIn. See, folks, technology has changed every facet of our life. It's changing our business. John and Skylar developed a program that's going to help you and me grow our wealth into perpetuity for generational wealth because they've taught us how to eliminate debt in a fraction of the time. That's what technology has done. So what else is technology doing? It's allowing you to see anybody that's an influencer. So go on LinkedIn and look for the influencers. You can find them, connect with them. There's a tool called Octopus out there that if you get it, it's Octopus, you can get it. And it will teach you how to make connections on LinkedIn, and it will seem as if you're the one doing it. It's technology, and let that work for you and make connections in these areas. Here's the ones that I'm having fun with. Credit repair. Who ever thought about contacting credit repair guys? I've got a guy named Malcolm and a guy named Charles. Charles Parker and Malcolm guys. Those guys are probably the preeminent guys in the credit repair space in the United States, and they're on our team. See, everybody, the hashtag for our company is #OneTeam. We all work together. The better Steve does, the better Tran does, the better Charles does, the better we all do, the more we're all going to earn. Okay, so we're one team. So credit repair people, they are the heartbeat. Everybody has a problem with credit, just like they do with debt. So I'm going after credit. Now, that might be a little different angle. Well, we'll find one. Okay, another one, pastors. You know, they hear these sob stories all the time for people. The biggest problem we have in marriages is finances. That's the problem. Money isn't now the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, not money. I mean, money ranks way up there with oxygen. We need it, okay? So talk to pastors. If you go to a church, take them to lunch or take her to lunch. Say, listen, I've got an idea. If there were a way to help our congregation be out of debt in 5 to 7 years, would you want to know about it? Duh. Yeah, take them to lunch, share the idea. Another one, college enrollment. I brought on a guy from New York, and I found him on LinkedIn. And he is in the college enrollment area. He's talking to parents about what it's going to take. This is when they're juniors in high school, what it's going to take for them to get into these schools. They're talking about their finances. And the FAFSA and all that stuff is right there at the top. So find college enrollment people. They can get you in front of hundreds of families. Now, I'm not giving away the secret sauce. There's so many of them. Go get them. We're all on one team. The last one, listen, I live in Arizona, and guess what we have all the time? Sun. So I put a solar system on my house and a new AC and a new roof. All three of those contractors, you know, hey, I had a captive audience. You were talking about, warm market. This was really warm, Steve. I drug them off the roof. Said, listen, how many families do you talk to? And the sales guy said, Dane, I talked to a ton of people. Well, listen, if there were a way for you to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month part-time, helping people get out of debt, maybe they get out of debt and they pay for the solar with this, would that be interesting to you? He said, sure. Brought on a solar guy, brought on an AC guy, and brought on my roofer. They all have warm markets. Folks, this is not that hard, but, you know, they say you got to light yourself on fire and people will come watch you burn, right? So get excited. Here's one other thing. Do I have one more minute, Steve? I said it'd be 3. I've probably taken up 6.
Hey, these are great ideas.
Okay. Do you believe, listen, if you don't have one of these things that you write down your thoughts on every single day, you're missing life, folks. This is what life is about. Now listen, this is what I wrote. Live by a dream, or live by dread, or live a dream. Live by dread or live a dream. Dream, strategize, work, then repeat. Dream, strategize, work, then repeat. This is a recruiter's mentality. Do you believe you are enough? If you truly want to be remarkable, you must first learn how to be yourself by living authentically with deep sense of who values you bring. 1,000, one can put 1,000 to fight, but 2 can put 10,000. Find a running mate. Figure out a vertical you want to go in. Get excited about the impact we can make in people's lives. Tell the truth. The story we tell is so awesome. You don't have to fabricate these big, audacious, I made 37,000 last month. Nobody makes that. Come on, tell them you made 1,500. They're going to be excited. Go get on fire for your dreams. Be authentic. Know that there's 9 billion people on the planet, folks. Go get you some. We need you. Adios.
Dane, that was amazing. I'm telling you, listen, folks, I know that you can see me and you see me leaning over. That's because I'm taking notes. I'm an old schooler, okay? I'm taking notes. And look, part of me is kind of embarrassed, but the other part of me is not. Because I'm telling you, Dane, I wrote down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 markets. I'm telling you, I didn't think about. I've been in sales 40 years. I'm not a youngster. That was fantastic. I'm gonna tell you, if Folks, this should have helped you tremendously. Your business should change tonight. So, Dane, we want to thank you for being on and taking some time. That was great information, great presentation. Thank you for your business and all that you do, okay?
You bet.
Okay, what I'm going to do now, let's see if Lynn, are you there?
I'm here. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. All right, good to see you. Hey, we told you that, look, we've got a couple of really barnstormers here. I'm telling you that, folks, if you didn't write some notes down and take some things, I'm telling you that was incredible. And then I've talked to Lynn in the past, but I was talking to Tom Keener today, and I just asked him, I said, look, I want people to feel like they're getting something a little different. They're getting some real true information, that somebody that's going out there, that's doing things in today's challenging market. And I mean, your name came up, Dane's name came up, other people's names came up, but some of them I couldn't get a hold of. But Lynn, you're doing some incredible, amazing things. And so we appreciate you taking some time. You know, sometimes people are a little hesitant to share what they're doing, but I like competition. I believe in competition. At the same time, I think Dane made a good statement. Hey, we're building a company together that's going to bring some value down the road. So, Lynn, I'd like you to take some time that you feel that you need and share what you're doing that's working for you. And we appreciate you taking some time. So I'll turn it over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Steve, and thank you, Tom Keener, for your never-ending support. And I have to apologize, you guys. I've been filming on Zoom all day with a virtual background that didn't show up in the go to webinar, so it looks like I'm attacking Ring Curtain, which I do, by the way. So please forgive that. But yeah, I'm really fired up. I do want to share what I've been doing, but before I do, I want to be sure that you understand I'm not reinventing the wheel. There's nothing broken with the tools we have. We have the most amazing, training tools and presentation tools, the best presenters, great support. I just came up with something that works for me, and it's kind of got a buzz going on. So let me give you a little bit of background. Before I spent 18 years in the real estate auction industry, and it was a very unconventional thing at the time, right? It wasn't bankruptcy and foreclosures and all that stuff. It was builders, new home auctions, luxury properties, and it was very unconventional. So I learned early on that I needed to speak the language of my audience, right? I couldn't just go in and say, realtors, you got to do this, when it was so unknown to them, because they would be more inclined to close the door. So I learned how to speak their language, and Dale Carnegie 101 will tell you, it's not important what you need to speak. That's what we're all guilty of usually. We get kind of nervous and we're going after somebody, and we say what we need to say instead of what they need to hear. And so I needed to frame something that would work for me, and that something is a presentation. I'm doing it on Zoom. The first one was last Thursday. The last one was Monday. I don't even know what day it is. It was last night, and just got my feet wet with it. But it started out, really, I have a tendency to kind of, in a very soft way, focus on the problem. I know I have the solution. And so I want to focus on the problem, things that they already know, kind of dispelling some of the pushback I know I'm going to get. So this particular presentation is geared to these people have probably not seen the videos yet. I'm doing some pipeline stuff now, just going out to the world, if you will. I'll be doing Facebook ads to promote the Zoom. But these people probably haven't seen anything yet. They may have heard about it. I'm asking if they will come check out what I'm doing now, that sort of thing. It's geared with, it's time sensitive. And so my part of the presentation is 30 minutes. I go into the history, like what happened to us? We used to have mattress money and nobody has any savings anymore. And we used to be loaned money based on character, but now we're loaning money based on credit scores, which, by the way, began just in 1989. And so I go through kind of the history of how did we get here and what's the problem? Why are we not building wealth? Well, we're not building wealth because we continue to buy into debt. And so it's a very realistic, historical kind of overview. It sounds boring when I say historical, but it kind of brings it up to speed. And the bottom line is it's structured in such a way that at the end of it, you'd almost be foolish to say no. And so they're not, they may be thinking no, but it's structured in such a way you're like, well, why would I want to continue to do that, right? So the first call we did had 17 people. It was very light, went out to warm market at that point. Got a sale the very next day. Got 4 that are working various stages. The one last night, we had a lot of people. We had some of our sales team got on to check it out, but I'm working with 3 people in various stages now. So again, these people have not seen the videos yet. It's kind of a precursor to that, to get their interest up. Why do I even want to watch the video? Why do I even want to look at that ebook? And it's kind of painting this picture that you need us. So, you know, we are in very a volatile time out there, no doubt about it. But my focus is on how much stress would there be in the world, in our world right now, if we didn't have debt, right? People are more worried about money than they are the COVID-19. That's the bottom line. So guys, it's time to talk to them. But it might be time just to consider, you know, try to get into their space a little bit. And don't just keep saying what you need to say, but think about what they need to hear. That's the bottom line. So if we can talk their language, you know, even in the Bible, Paul says, to the weak, I become weak. So in other words, you kind of have to be that chameleon when you're talking to people, especially at a time when they're concerned. You know, everybody's concerned. When's this going to end? What kind of economic impacts are going to have? But the bottom line is everybody would be sleeping better tonight if they didn't have debt. So that's the message that I have going right now, Steve.
Lynn, I'm telling you, it's fantastic. And you know what I love about what you and Dane both are doing, these are not complicated, hard things. Now, initially somebody may be a little uncomfortable, but that's why there's people like you and Dane and many others out there to help individuals put on these webinars, put on these meetings for their friends, for their market, because you know how to do it. You know what to say. Look, I took several notes, things that, as long as I've been in sales, don't come across my mind. Look, I really like the thing, because we're so guilty of this. I really like the part where you said, think about what people need to hear. You know, not so much about what we got to say, because we always think, well, what I have to say is the most important thing. That's not always the case. If you're not saying what they want to hear, they're not listening. And so I think that's a great point, Lynn, and you're doing a fantastic job. And folks, I just think if you grab onto your manager, grab onto someone that can help you to do this idea that Lynn's doing, your business will grow. You'll start making more sales and recruiting more people. So Lynn, thank you very much for being on the call tonight.
Thank you. My pleasure. Take care.
All right. You have a good evening. Okay.
Bye.
Okay, folks. Hey, look, that information is so valuable. It is truly priceless information. And I'm just telling you, from someone who has been in sales and recruiting for right at 40 years now, what was just shared with us, I'm telling you, will change many of you. It will change your life. It'll change your business tomorrow, maybe possibly tonight. Because if you wrote things down, you took some notes and said, man, that's a fantastic idea. I didn't even think about college enrollers, solar system, roofing, and AC guys. That's unbelievable. I mean, hey, I'm going to spend my money. You're a captive audience. You're going to listen to what I have to say. You may or may not be interested, but every one of those guys are on your team now. I mean, that stuff's amazing, Dane. And then talking about the history of debt, Lynn, and not just about debt, but what got us to this place. I'm going to tell you, I didn't think about that. I think about debt, and I know all the statistics and all the numbers and everything that we need to know. But what got us to this point? Because what we did is we created some habits along the way. And in creating those habits, it became a lifestyle. And that's how we started living our lives, is I have to have the bigger, the better, the more expensive, the better looking, I've got to have whatever. And then we have this competition where I got to have the bigger house of 9. So I understand competition. But, I got to have, my kid got to be on the best team. I got to have the best uniforms, got to have the best this. We get into lifestyle habits that we turn around 20 or 30 years down the road and we have so much debt, we're just drowning in this debt, and it's consumed us, it's taken over our life, and every decision that we make is based upon who we owe tomorrow or who we owed last week or last month, because I haven't had the income to pay my bills. And so, man, I'm telling you, you guys have opened up my mind so much this evening, sharing this information and how we can just go talk with people and different markets and really keeping it simple to analyze and to talk with someone. You don't have to complicate it. I love the part where Dane said, look, you think sometimes someone will come on board and they think, well, if I can't tell someone I'm making $30,000 a month, they're not going to be interested. That is so far from realistic. I agree with you, Dane. You telling me making $30,000 a month, number one, they're thinking in their brain, that's a liar, right? Nobody makes that kind of money that's sitting here talking to me. But $1,000 or $1,500 a month, that is realistic. So when you think about the simplicity of it, that you don't have to overstate it, you don't have to oversell it, that what we do and what we have is incredible. You'll create, look, in your warm market, I promise you, there are people on this call tonight, I promise, because after 40 years, you just know that your warm market list just opened up. You could probably write down another 30 or 40 people's names that you didn't even think about. Right now, tonight, you thought about that because someone shared an idea or thought or something that they're doing that's working for them that we never thought about. Many of you are sitting there tonight thinking, man, I can do that, or I can get in touch with my manager and they can help me do a webinar. I can do that. I can get 10 people together. I can get 15 people together and do that. I mean, you hear Lynn, what she did, she had 14 people on her first call just talking about the history of debt. Not talking about do you want to get out of debt or anything, but just like, hey, we're going to talk some about the history of debt and what happened in our country and how did these things happen to us. And people want to know. It's simplistic. It's an idea that we can share and talk with people. And we have, look, as good as Dane and Lynn are, and they are awesome. I'm so impressed with you guys. We have many people that are the same, that are incredible trainers, that are incredible presenters, that can go out there and help you doing these three-way calls or three-way presentations. You got to take advantage of that. We don't want you to go out there and blow your warm market because you say the wrong thing or you don't know what to say or you're a little nervous and you're not sure what to say to get that person interested in what you have to say. You can have someone to help you and work with you, and then the next thing you know, hey, you're a senior associate, you're a director. Next thing you know, you're an executive director, and you're moving up into upper management. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, and I know we're not showing you, and I know it's me talking, but I'm telling you what John and Skylar and the team have put together for this FEP program. For those of you who are really want to go to the next level, those of you that really want to do something that's going to set you financially free, hopefully one day. We realize this is no written guarantee, but listen, we all understand business. Would you like to have been in the garage when Amazon opened? Would you like to have been in the garage when, so many of these companies that have gone so big, would you have liked to have been there? Yes, but we just didn't happen to be in the garage. Well, guess what? I don't think we're in the garage. I think we're way past that. We're in a pretty nice place. But we're so far ahead of the curve, and to think over the next 3 or 4 years where we can be being ahead of that curve, you've got to take advantage of that. And it's so incredible. And not only that, but the income that you can make currently, the opportunity maybe to make $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year, maybe a month, but certainly a year. You have that opportunity to go out and do that by doing some of these simple things that Dane and Lynn just shared with you this evening. So, hey, again, I want to thank you guys for doing that. Let me get my cursor over here, and I'll go to the next page. Hey, if you want your company or business to be big, you must have a system. Well, guess what? The two folks that talked to us tonight, guess what they have? They have a system. not only do they have their system, but they have their manager system, they have corporate system, they've got other people that they can count on that teach them and train them, that come on these calls every Tuesday night. And Mac and I really try to make this interesting. We try to make it a learning and teaching experience for you that's going to help you in your business. Because look, we've been there. You know, I've been out on thousands, literally thousands of appointments. I've had giving a presentation and the dog licking in the back of my hand. I know about those things, okay? So we're sharing with you that knowledge and experience that can help you to build something significant. And we want to have a great company with great people, and we're excited that we do have that. You know, so you got to have that system that you can just plug people into it. I promise you, though, these people that both Lynn and Dane are recruiting, they're just plugging them right in. Hey, here's what we need to do. We need to do a webinar. Boom. Hey, do you know any people that are roofers? Do you know any people that are AC people? Do you know any people that do this? Do you know college entry people that do that? Boom, boom, plug them into the system. They're making a list of names. They're teaching them how to contact people, what to say, what not to say. And the next thing you know, your business is starting to turn around and take off for you. Most people don't see themselves being big, though. Again, I know this through experience, and really on some parts of that, it's unfortunate that people don't see themselves being that. I'll be honest with you, I probably didn't see myself that when I got into the sales business. I was a construction worker. Not that that's a bad thing. I made a living for my family, but I didn't see myself being successful or really building something big. And what I did, I was able to plug myself into a system 40 years ago that was working, that was successful, that I just plugged into it, and I did what my manager told me to do, and it worked. And so through life, just like I was telling you a minute ago about, hey, we go into life and all of a sudden we have these learning experiences and we get ourselves into debt and we didn't even realize it. It's the same thing with building a business and recruiting and selling and expanding your market. It's expanding your mind and your brain and thinking, hey, I need just a simple idea. And when you do that, you can start picture yourself building something big and significant. The problem is with most people, one, they don't maybe see themselves doing that, but you can. The other thing is they don't have the vehicle that gets them there. If you don't have the vehicle that gets you there, it doesn't, look, sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how many hours a week that you work, because you don't have the right vehicle that says you can have an unlimited opportunity, you can have an unlimited income if you plug into our system and if you follow the system. And the system is proven by thousands and thousands of other people that it works. See, we didn't just start yesterday. And that's a fortunate thing, right? We do have some experience, and we got people with experience. So these are great things that you can just plug into. Great builders of any kind, coaches, entrepreneurs, companies, schools, rely on a workable, predictable, and duplicatable system. See, that's what we have a goal of here at UFF, that we want a duplicatable system that's simple and easy, that we share with one another some great ideas. You got to have that competitive spirit now, okay? Like, hey, there's Dane and there's Lynn, two great people, great ideas, you know, great personalities, outgoing people. But they also got to be looking at that leader's bulletin, and they got to, you know, Dane's got to do more than Lynn. Lynn's got to do more than Dane, or I want to outdo this person. I want to outdo this. You know, you got to have that competitive spirit. And when you mix that in with a duplicatable system, you're set for success if you plug in. If you don't get people on these calls on Tuesday nights, if you don't get them on the blog talk, if you don't, I know that Tom was telling me today they had an opportunity webinar today. They had 60 people on it today in the middle of the day. 60 people. But if you don't plug into that stuff, and we continue to maybe make excuses of why this is not working, well, that's, you know, it's not what they told me it was. You get plug into something. I can tell you right now, I would think, hey, if I'm out there in the field, I don't have any excuses after what I heard this evening. You're not looking for personality. You're looking for a system builder. What does that mean? System builder. I think personality can help, but see, I can be outgoing, right? I can be outgoing. I can be bubbly. I can be excited to be around. But if I don't have a system, and I'm not a builder, I'm not utilizing all of my talents and gifts that I've been given, if I'm not using that, then so that other people can take advantage of it to help them and their families. And so it's great to have a good personality, but look, we've got the system that someone can plug into to build a big business. Here's what I don't want you to get caught up in. If I don't make $100,000 in the next 6 to 12 months, this is not for me. Folks, tell me what company you can go to work tomorrow and say you're not making $100,000 a year. That you might just start with that, unless you have the background, experience, and education. I understand that. Most people don't. They don't start off their careers making $100,000 or $150,000 a year, even having that opportunity. But if you have that and you can plug into it, it can absolutely change your life. It's a system or a track to run on that's duplicatable. Again, you hear that word duplicate. That means I can do it. The people I know can do it. It's easy. It's simple. It's not complicated. And all I have to do is keep that system and repeat. Like they say, wash, rinse, repeat, or something like that, whatever that is, right? That's what you do here. As a recruit and as you recruit and build your business, you can put people in the system, and you know exactly what to teach them to have success, and they duplicate what and how you're teaching them. The system shows you exactly what you need to arrive at your destination. It gives you a goal. It gives you a roadmap. It gives you a GPS to follow. You plug into the GPS, you follow it, and you know what? You might have the chance to end up down the road at your destination that you wanted. The success maybe that you were looking for, or some level of it. You know, new recruits must be willing to follow a proven successful system. That's what it takes. You got to be willing to do those kind of things, be coachable, be teachable, sign up or get off to a fast start. Hey, sign up as an agent. That's your first step. Walk the new person through their own analysis so they can see what it does. Whether they get the program or not, they can at least see what it's going to do for them, the change they can make. Go through the GPS selling system with a new agent. Teach them rules of engagement, how to talk to people, what to say, what not to say. Show them a presentation that gives results. Get them to get someone on a webinar, do a presentation, show them how to get an analysis, show them how to do a presentation, show them how to close a sale. If they qualify for the program, hey, look, people should have the program if they qualify for it. It's their decision. Hey, nobody forces anyone to get on the program that becomes a recruit. I don't know that I could do this if I have a mountain of debt and I'm not on the system. It'd be kind of hard to share with other people, to be honest with you. So we don't say it's required to own the program. You don't have to. But if you're in a situation that gets you out of debt years sooner, saves you tens of thousands or thousands of dollars, then why not? Why wouldn't you do that? So you share those things. You get off to a fast start. You see the results of it. You find out if people qualify for the program or not. You help them to get off to a fast start, plug them into the system, and then they can have some success. Hey, just hopefully, look, I know this. It's not a hopefully, because I really feel that this evening we've been fed. Dane and Lynn, you did a fantastic job this evening. We have many talented people in our company you haven't heard from yet, and we want to expose everyone to. But your manager, your uplines, there's people there to help you. You don't look as good as Dane and Lynn are. You've got people just like them on your team that can help you. If you're on their team, great, utilize them. But utilize the people that you're on the team with and let them help you to build your business. Again, we appreciate your business. We know these are challenging times for everyone. We do think about you and your families and the challenges that people have today. We understand it. We see it. We travel from our home to the office. Sometimes we work at home. A lot of times we try to come to the office. But we see, the lack of cars and people out. We see that. So we do appreciate and we understand what it takes for you to go out there and do this. But you're giving people hope. And that's what I love about what we do and why it fits so well. We're not selling someone anything. You're given the opportunity to get out of debt. So again, hey, John and Skylar want you to know they appreciate you and your business. From Mac and I, We want you to know that we look forward to soon, hopefully, that we get to get out there on the road again and see you and be in front of you. Thanks for being on the call tonight. Make sure you're on the Tuesday night calls and plug into all the trainings that are available to you, and hope everyone has a great night. Thank you.